April 2009. I was still in high school. The game is connected to the internet. As you're walking around, you can leave notes. Are you Slenderman? All the notes you see are left by other players. This is quite like nice room, not quite like was it Darksiders?
You can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet.
Yeah.
All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento.
That's pretty cool.
I saw him working on this very
holy shit.
And it was just so different
You guys hear
from
me?
anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends
Hello.
with this person. In retrospect, I think I was
Reasonable.
probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention.
Everyone read this.
I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it, and
This place makes me sad.
And I cooled off eventually.
I want to tell you a secret.
Feel
Once
free to skip
upon
over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Okay.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings.
I'm not gonna read all the things.
And has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Dark Souls, not Darksiders. It's totally different games.
In playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
Pretty sure.
Get to know you through your work.
That's pretty cool.
This is why I always liked Coda's games so much. Is because it felt like they let me have that.
Alright, that's a lot of things to read.
I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Oh, that's cute. I feel like I'm walking slower. Boop. I like how he went through all that effort to make it seem as if people did leave notes. Kind of like their voices in his head as he's, you know, in his own world, these are the people who are like, you know, talking to him all the time whenever he's by himself. I know whenever I'm by myself, I'm always like having conversations with myself. Like, technically, I'm talking to myself, but it doesn't convey that way because you're watching me on YouTube, which I am talking to you.
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, you know, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
I don't like this. Typewriters? Okay. Hey, at the end with a bunch of creepy typewriters. You are the ones leaving the notes! Oh, are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Please talk to me, speak. My mic doesn't work. You have to do the M function. May to June 2009. Porn stars die too.
This one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay. So I'm in it looks like I'm in a living room looking that's within a prison, looking out into nothingness except for the well in front of me, beautiful sky and some sort of floating landscape to my left. Nice beat. I guess this is the casting couch. Waiting. Oh, there's a door. Whoops. I don't quite understand the meaning of porn stars die too. I guess we may or may not find out. I don't know.
See,
God damn it.
The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway.
Yes.
Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh, where's my furniture at? The furniture ought to go in the center of the room. What furniture ought to go in the center? Center of the room. Put a huge hole in the ground. That's not a hole. Okay. What about along the wall of the room? Huge picture of the horse, washing machine, tent stove lying against the wall. You aren't listening to me. I think we should. Let's open it up, baby. You dick. And a table. You need a table. Who are you? What are you exactly doing this? I'm sure none of my choices are making any difference. Alright, I'm gonna... Who are you? Whoa!
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for
It's a maze, kind of. Well, not quite a maze, but a hallway.
So, okay, he
oh,
throws
that's
it
it?
out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. What if I don't want to? Now turn the floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. Now go to the left side sofa and move it where? Finally touch the shelves. That's it! In a real prison, the escape will now open. Turn to the start to be taken back to your prison. I'm sorry, I don't have my contacts on, so reading is a little difficult. Return. I'm like, I have to squint a little just to be able to read the text. Damn it!
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
Whoa.
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these.
Kind of trippy.
We really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work.
Trapped in their own mind.
Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on. But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense.
Look at these boxes.
Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
I see a lamp. That's the end of the game. I don't actually know how long the beginner's guide is, but I don't want to split it up into different increments because I feel like it will lose kind of the sense of what Davey is trying to tell you. So hopefully, if it is not too long, I will try to keep them all in one go or kind of release them all at the same time. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me! I'm you from after you escaped the prison. Sure. Beep. You're me? So you were trapped in the prison too?
It's a conversation.
Yes, with yourself.
And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind,
Oh, isn't
and
everything
to get some
though?
good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario,
That's where I
you're
am
still
right now.
talking to yourself.
Oh, I'm so glad to know that I get out
All we've
eventually.
seen so far
What's it
are
like to
Coda
escape?
talking to himself.
Bah! 3. It feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. So do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before. I'm the same person. I don't think there's much of a difference. Oh no, that's awful. That's the worst thing I can imagine. Ah. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come and find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to be is sincere. To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. To get out, just talk with me for a bit. All you have to do is be sincere. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Kinda makes sense. Sincere about what? That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?